What's going on, everyone? How's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning back into another video. I'm pretty pumped. Today's video, we finally got all of the PWHL jerseys and uniforms kind of announced. I'm excited to dive into this. There's a lot of things to kind of talk about. I'm going to talk about the jerseys as a whole because there's some things that relate to each jersey that I just don't really like. And then there's actually something that relates to all of them that I really like. So we'll talk about that, and then we'll go into each team's jerseys and kind of what I like and dislike from them. I'm going to try not to spend too much time on this because honestly there is quite a bit to talk about, so hopefully this doesn't go too long. But of course, before we get into it, as always, if you guys are new to the channel, it would mean a lot if you guys subscribed, liked the video if you enjoyed. Let's get into this. So we'll start off with just the overall design of the jerseys. I'll throw a photo on the screen here. This is going to have every single jersey so you guys can see them all as a whole. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't like just the overall template of these jerseys. I don't like that they all kind of look the same. I know it sounds dumb because obviously all Adidas jerseys kind of look the same, but I mean these jerseys, every single one has the same shoulder. It's got a rounded shoulder and I absolutely dislike that. I'm not a fan of that whatsoever. The stripings are all pretty well similar too. There's only really one team that's got kind of a diagonal text or diagonal stripe. It's all pretty similar. And just overall, I'm not particularly a big fan of just the cut and the look of the jersey. And I also don't like the Bauer text right under the PWHL logo. I also noticed I absolutely hate the fact that the striping on these jerseys, I'll try to find some photos, every single one's like this. It doesn't wrap all the way around the jersey. And that makes no sense to me. I don't get why it wouldn't. I don't know what kind of design I just don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. However, I really like the number customization. Every single team has absolute fire number customizations. And because of that, I'm going to go through and rank them from my least favorite to favorite before we get into the jerseys, because it's probably the best part about these jerseys is the customization and the fact that every single one has its own unique kind of customization, and you'll see it if you haven't seen them already in a sec. So we'll start off with my least favorite, and that is Montreal. I think it's really nice. I really like the fleur-de-lis in there. I think that's really cool. You'll notice obviously a theme between all of these. They all pretty much are like the same kind of design as far as like a shape kind of in the numbers, but it's different for each one. The shape's obviously different. This one's got the fleur-de-lis, which I think actually looks really good there. The only reason it's my last is because I think the other one are better, but I think it is really cool. Next one for me is Toronto. I just don't really know what the heck that's supposed to be. I think it's their logo, but it just kind of looks a little bit weird. The only reason I have it different is maybe because of the number, but I really like it on the number here, especially the 0, having it just to the one side. I think that looks really good. Next, I have New York. I actually really like this one. This one's quite underrated. It's simple with the stripes, just the lines, but I think that looks really good here, and I actually think it works quite good. Then we have Minnesota. I really like this too, kind of like an almost icicle kind of effect on there. I think that looks really good. Then we have Boston. I love the little wave in there. The only reason Boston to me isn't first is because from a distance, that little wave kind of gets lost and it just looks like a little line. And then first we have Ottawa, and I think this is really cool. I love the little sharp kind of point there. I think that looks so cool. I'm a huge fan of that. So now let's get into the actual jerseys. I haven't gotten a ton of away jersey photos, so we will still try to look at them, the ones that I have, but the main focus is definitely going to be on the home jerseys. So we'll start with the Boston Fleet first. I actually have a photo of both of them, and we're going to throw it up on the screen here. I think it looks okay. The colors are definitely interesting. I don't know how I feel about the navy mixed in with the dark green and then that kind of light baby blue. I just don't know if I like the colors. Like on the home jersey, I don't think I like that navy or that baby blue shoulders. I don't really think I like that. I almost think navy would look better, but it's hard to say on this. On the away, the green actually looks quite decent, so I'm okay with that. It would have been interesting to me because there's not a ton of that baby blue in the logo if they utilized it a little bit less. But then again, if they utilized more navy, it would just be way too dark. So honestly, I don't really know how to make this work. I'm just not particularly a big fan of the colors actually on the jersey. Also, the striping on these things, just way too many stripes in my opinion. I'm not a big fan of the striping that they went with. Next up, we got the Minnesota Frost, which is actually probably my favorite. I love the color combos. I love the purple. I like the pink. It just looks so good. It's so vibrant. It's different. It's something you don't see a lot, and I really like that. I think the white shoulders on the home actually look really, really good and really good with the purple jersey, and same vice versa on the away. I think the purple shoulders look really good there too. The logo actually looks pretty good on here. It was one of the logos I didn't love, but it actually looks pretty sick on here. One thing I don't like about it is the fact that the stripe on the arm doesn't match the stripe on the torso. The torso goes like that pink, white stripes on the bottom, and then the sleeve goes pink, white, pink. And I don't like at all that they don't match. I don't know why they wouldn't match. I think the stripes on the sleeve make more sense than the torso. I don't get why you'd have two white stripes over the pink. I think it needs to alternate. So that's a bit of a miss there. Next up, we got Montreal, and to be honest, should be one of the better ones. I think it's got some of the most potential. I love the burgundy and love the off-white so much. I don't know if I like the light blue. I honestly think if they just went burgundy, off-white, and then that navy, I think they'd have a sick design. I don't know if I like that light blue in there. I think the home looks okay. Again, I don't know if I like that dark blue, the navy shoulders with the burgundy. It's kind of just too dark. So I think the shoulders should be off-white on their home jersey. I think the away jersey, the shoulders actually look fine. I'm okay with the navy. I will admit though, on the numbers, I'll have a photo up on the screen here. The numbers on the sleeve look horrendous on the away jerseys. Those light blue outline is just disgusting in my opinion. It should just be the one solid burgundy like the C is, and just leave it at that. That light blue is so ugly in my opinion. It ruins that jersey. But all in all, I actually quite like the design of it. Again, I would just remove that light blue on the torso. I don't get why it's there. It's not on the sleeves. The sleeves literally only have, on the home one at least, only has navy then off-white, which I think looks so clean. I would get rid of that light blue on the torso completely. Next, we got New York, which I'm actually not going to lie, I kind of like this as well. I love the colors. Like, something about the colors here are just so crazy to me. That like teal, light blue, the orange, and that navy. It's just such a crazy color combination, but I kind of like it. Again, I don't like the shoulders. That's a common theme here. I'm not liking pretty much any shoulder on any of these. I don't like that navy shoulder. I think that looks hideous on the home one. I don't even know what color you would go with. Honestly, I just wouldn't have shoulders. Like, they all have shoulders. I don't know why they do. I wouldn't on this jersey at all. Striping's just like okay. It's not something I really like. It's not something I dislike. I don't like the lack of white though in this uniform. The logo has a lot of white in it, but the uniform has no white. Oh, one last thing. I absolutely hate that orange collar. Next is Toronto. I don't think I like this. I think this might be one of my least favorites, this one in Boston. I like blue, two shades of blue and yellow for just jersey combos. Like, I love St. Louis, for example. Their whole look looks amazing, but this here just doesn't do it for me. This just doesn't look good in my opinion. Again, looking at that away jersey, something about the stripes just not matching the torso drives me insane. Like, to me, this looks like an amateur designed this, and no disrespect to whoever designed this. I just hate the fact that the sleeve has two light blue stripes around the yellow, and then on the torso it's navy. Like, why is that so different? It makes no sense to me. Again, and same thing with like the last one, that yellow collar is gross. Next is Ottawa, and I'm going to be honest, this one's a fat miss for me. I feel like I'm just hating on all these, but I'm really not trying to. But this one's just a gigantic miss for me. It has like, what's funny is it has a Canadian Tire logo on the shoulder, and to me this looks like it would just be a generic Canadian Tire jersey, like a jersey you would buy in Canadian Tire with their logo on it. Like, I don't like these, really anything about them. I know that sounds harsh and it sounds like I'm just being really mean to these jerseys. I'm just not a fan of them. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know down in the comments your guys' thoughts. It would be hard to rank if I was to rank them, but if you guys want to see me do a ranking video, kind of like what I did with the Four Nations jerseys, maybe incorporate some AI into that because that was kind of fun, then let me know down in the comments. And yeah, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you guys are new, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.